iron sharpens iron. I want to be the best, and I want to race against the best, and that's why we're here at SOBO this year.
The late models at full song again. Strike up the band one more time at South Boston Speedway. They are racing in 2026, and a little bit of a dicey start. Look at Lee Pulliam dive way down low, is 3 wide for just a moment. Trevor Ward keeps the field at bay. Peyton Sellers got a good roll off to begin the proceedings here. This is exactly what the fans come out for. We always talk about setup is a compromise, Brandon. I mean, if you had to choose short run or long run speed, what would you pick? Ideally, you want both, but if you were forced to go down to just one, do you want that long run speed for a 100-lapper?
Yeah, I'm going to pick long run speed every day just because I feel like that gives you the compliance and the longevity in your race car.
Here comes Waddell to the inside of Lee Pulliam. Is he going to get him? Pulliam goes up the racetrack almost to give him the spot at this juncture of the race with 38 laps to go.
Lights are off. They enter the Empower Broadband restart zone. It's turn and burn time again for the Hitachi Energy late models. Lee Pulliam got a major good jump. Wonder if this comes back. Was he just that good, or did he jump that restart a bit?
I think Waddell might have spun his tires a little bit, and that allowed Pulliam to get that restart. And now Waddell might lose second to Landon Pembleton. He does, so a mistake by the 8 of Waddell.
His last race was September 7th, 2019. Hasn't even raced here this decade, but 2 to go now. Lee Pulliam is just over, or under rather, 2 laps away from getting back to the throne. You know, it's King of the Modifieds today. This was a castle for Lee Pulliam. He's royalty here as well. And now the white flag is going to fly for Lee Pulliam. History in the making. We feel like he's done so much, he can't subtract from his legacy at this point. He can only add to the legacy, and it looks like Lee Pulliam will do just that. He comes out of turn 4. Lee Pulliam, a winner at South Boston Speedway for the first time in 387 days.
I just, man, this moment means a lot to win right here in my hometown in front of so many people that are special to me. So
to Danville Toyota Race Day at South Boston Speedway. First weekend in April. Spring is here, Scott. It's renewal. It's new beginnings. It's the start of another season at South Boston Speedway. We've got the one late model race under our belts, and boy, that was a doozy. History a couple weeks ago with Lee Pulliam. We could see even more history tonight and all season long.
It was fun. We've got a great crew, over 15 late model stock cars in the Hitachi Energy late model stock car division this season. And we got some new players. We saw some of them 2 weeks ago, and we've got a couple of them back, but golly, we're gonna have some fun. Twin race day for them, 275 lap events, so it's gonna be different. You're gonna be able to make adjustments in between those 2 races, and you're gonna have the invert as well. So we could see some different players get shuffled to the front, Kyle. As well, the Budweiser Limited Sportsmans. We got the most cars in the Budweiser Limited Sportsmans today, and we got some new players there as well.
The cast of characters has really never been better at South Boston Speedway. A mix of veterans, a mix of youth. In that limited sportsman division last year, 10 different winners in 13 races. I think we could have something like that again this year, Scott. I think the Southside Disposal Pure Stock division is going to be wide open as well.
It is. The Southside Disposal Pure Stock. We got Joe Allred back. He is a legend. Plenty of wins here at South Boston Speedway as well. The Reeves brothers. Zach Reeves back with a new car this year. BJ Reeves, well, he's got Johnny Lane to contend with. And Johnny Lane, he's been feeling fierce. What about those Hornets? Andrea Ruotolo is back. And Landon Miles, you said it, 6 wins last year.
Jason DiCarlo, the defending champion, is back also. We'll see if he runs the entire schedule, and there's going to be new characters that emerge all season long. You hear that, right? They're practicing. That means we're racing soon at Danville Toyota Race Day at South Boston Speedway.
Hello again, race fans, and welcome to South Boston Speedway.
Race fans, get on your feet. It's time to turn and burn again here at South Boston Speedway.
Welcome everyone to South Boston Speedway for Danville Toyota Race Day. We're welcoming you in on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Our at 2 p.m. You join us for our FloRacing broadcast. But man, what a cast of characters we have today for Danville Toyota Race Day. 18 Hitachi Energy late model stock car drivers, 20 Budweiser Limited Sportsman drivers. We've got it all. We got Southside Disposal Pure Stocks as well as the Dollar General Hornets. But this is the first day, Kyle, that we've got the NASCAR Local Racing Series powered by O'Reilly Auto Parts, and we got them all here today. And man, this is the first time we got all 4 divisions here. It's going to be awesome.
It feels like a true opening day here at South Boston Speedway. Our Hitachi Energy late models have 1 race. The other divisions, they're getting their party started in 2026 right here today. And still so early in the season for those Hitachi Energy late models. You said it, new characters to meet. Easter Saturday is just such a great time to spend a day at the races. Speaking of Easter, our flag man, Brandon Willard, is having some fun up there in the flag stand. We're going to get a shot of Willard here in a second. But yes, the Easter Bunny was walking around earlier, and I don't know that it was Brandon Willard, but Brandon Willard there in the flag stand, yes, he is having a good time. I can confirm that is Brandon Willard with the bunny head. But we've got another Easter Bunny who I don't know the name or any of the information. It's like those it's like those mascots at the ball game, you know, they're not allowed to talk. So if you could get some information out of our Easter Bunny, then go for it. But yeah, it's a fun day. We've got kids' activities going on at the playground right now with an Easter egg hunt. A lot of candy everywhere, a lot of bologna burgers, a lot of ice-cold Coca-Colas, and even some ice-cold Budweiser as well.
Oh, yeah, we're having some fun, and we hope the fans are having fun as well. It's going to be the Southside Disposal Pure Stocks up first for practice. Or, excuse me, we already practiced. Fun, Kyle, and what you got is what you got. Johnny Lane talked to us yesterday about the track. We've got a lot of drivers talking about the track and the state of the track after the Smart Modified Tour race that was here 2 weeks ago with the King of the Modifieds weekend, and that the rubber that was laid down has really changed this track for a little bit because we haven't had any significant rain showers in these past 2 weeks, and drivers have really had to make some changes on the fly.
It's exactly right. Track Services will clean the track, and there are some things they can do to scrub rubber out of the track, but for the most part, the rubber from those mods is still down. Of course, you had 100 laps of Hitachi Energy late models on that day as well, and a lot of practice between now and then, practice today, so it should be a very grippy, sticky track, but in racing, as in life, Scott, everything's subject to change, and it will be up to the drivers to stay on top of those changes, but it sounds like everybody right now is anticipating a really, really gripped up track, and we'll see how much that extra rubber, because you and I have both talked about, you can go from gripped up to sloppy and slippery really quickly depending on temperature and other conditions.
Really can change extreme. and yet that caution changed everything. But we'll get to talk about the late models a lot and a lot more later, the late model stock cars. But right now, it's the Southside Disposal Pure Stocks for our group qualifying. Johnny Lane's out there in the number 9. We got Jay Henry in the number 12, the 09 of Jacob Sanford, as well as the 17 of group. Let's get it underway.
One lifetime wins in the Southside Disposal Pure Stock. As a I think those cars will be fast, but the fact that they're going out in the first week, there's quicker cars, at least in practice there were quicker cars anyway.
Yes, and you said it, we're surprised to see Johnny Lane up in this first group. Normally see him later on in the going with qualifying because, again, the order we qualify in is set in reverse order of the practice time. So this group was the slowest of the cars that practiced today. As we get on, we will get more drivers that were faster and faster in today's practice sessions. But Jay Hemingway coming to take the white flag for his final lap. You get 5 laps. You get 5 good laps. You don't have to take them all. Johnny Lane chose not to take them all, but yet he is still top of the board, 17,909.
Yeah, info on your screen there is correct at the moment. Jay Hemingway is a guy that we like, raced once last year, and BJ Reeves said they think Jay Hemingway, once he gets the track figured out, is going to be bad fast. So we will see just how fast he can get as Joe Allred comes across the stripe to make one more lap. Joe Allred in a pink and white color scheme there, 31 wins in his career. Just a fantastic driver. One of the best in this pure stock division. Great to get him back. This is race 1 of 14 for the pure stocks this year. All right, our next group is going to include the 76 of Andrew Turner, the 11 of BJ Reed, 7, and there is Kendall Milam in the 28. That's a fun-looking 28. We'll dive into the paint scheme for Kendall Milam. That's a car owned by Andrea Ruotolo, who you will see compete in the Dollar General Hornets division.
76, he made a lot of laps yesterday. He did a lot of practicing, really wanted to get everything up under him for the start of the 2026 season. He finished with 4 top 5s last season in his 10 starts, and his best was 3 fourth places. So Andrew Turner still did not able to break onto the podium in 2025, but he would like to change that. And little Kendall Milam going for a spin in turn 2.
Yeah, it looks like just didn't get off of it in time there for Kendall Milam, or maybe too much on the gas on exit of turn 2 there.
He missed fast time in that moment by 3 on that last lap.
So he was on that.
He was on it. He was going for it.
Yep. And that's, again, not uncommon to see that in qualifying or in practice. It always seems a little shocking. A guy who, he's not risk averse. He'll take some chances out there, and he took a little chance there and just didn't get away with it, I guess. But as long as there's no damage, maybe you can say he did get away with it.
It was a simple spin, maybe just a little hurt. Yeah. We talked about it a little, chatted about it, but new tire rule for them. We'll get the fans a light. We'll get them the information. Jarrett Johnson, he was fastest in practice earlier, and what we know about Jarrett Johnson, that is an old Johnny Lane car, and he didn't perform the best last year, kind of took the mid part of the year off and came back, but it was really new for Jarrett Johnson, but that 88 was quick in practice.
Yeah, Jarrett made his debut on April 25th last. holding steady. Nope, not anymore. It is our great friend Dylan Davis to the top of the board.
And now Jacob Sanford.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Caleb. Caleb is running in the 31.
We've got Caleb and Jacob Sanford in the field with us. So you're right.
For the first time, the brothers. For the boards here between Sanford, Davis, Lane, and Milam, just a 10th between them all. So very close here towards the end of qualifying, and that conclude Southside Disposal Pure Stocks qualifying. It'll be Caleb Sanford.
I totally agree. You know, last year felt like a breakout year. So if he piggybacks on that, I mean, I just think the sky's the limit for Dylan Davis. He's a winner in the Pure Stock division, a winner in the Hornets division. You and I were having about drivers that have won in multiple divisions. It's not a super small list. For the Budweiser Limited Sportsman stopwatch ready here for the Limited Sportsman as Justin Toller will roll out first. A newer name for us, Austin Detcher in the group out trio of Limited Sportsmen to take time.
Yeah, Detter, a new name to us, and we're going to see what he can do today in that bright red O. See what he can do and start here on qualifying. Talk to for Ross last season, involved in a big wreck in the later races of the season, and over the offseason was able to repair that car, and now he first time out for the season.
Yeah, for the first group as well. Those times actually impressed me. And again, that might be giving us an indication of just how quick the track is going to be today, Scott. Fresh tires for everybody, for the Limited Sportsman, late models, and our Pure Stock. So there's a chance somebody could lay down a record qualifying time today. That's something we got to keep our eyes on and keep watching Race Monitor or the old school stopwatch if anybody's still using that.
Well, and with our Budweiser Limited Sportsman division as well as our Hitachi Energy late model stock car division, we've seen in practice times about the fastest laps are about 2/10 off of that qualifying record. So really, if drivers are really going for it with everything fresh, I think we could get something possibly very close to a record. I don't know if we could do it today, but the track has been told it's very sticky and gripped up for this day.
And I guess it's a question of your goals as well, as our next group will come out featuring that yellow number. Adam Murray out there in this group as well. And who's our third car? Or is it just two? Yeah, just two. Okay.
For the car if they could win today in the Budweiser Limited Sportsman division.
And we thought that was pretty noteworthy. I mean, that's a rare situation.
It is. We'll probably say it again.
Absolutely. You could have a car that wins on 2 consecutive nights, twice in 24 hours with 2 different drivers. And it's not like a 24 hours of Daytona type of thing or something like that. This is going to be cool. Adam Murray has a race win here at South Boston Speedway. So he knows his way around victory lane.
He does, and Trace Daniel, fastest right now, 15.651. It's going to hold for now, but with practice times, I imagine that could get beaten. But Trace Daniel was fairly handy, fairly confident in his race car this year. Him and his family did a lot of work in the off. Third generation racer, and the other two people of that generation, they're always here. His father and grandfather always with him. It's a hard-working family for that iconic bright yellow and red number 2.
Love the paint scheme. I love the history, tradition, and I love that we've got another generation that takes the tradition further and puts their own stamp and their own legacy. Here comes a driver with some tradition, the 5 of Eddie Slagle. We've also got Gennaro Palumbo back in the mix. Love Gennaro in that 00. He was one of our talented rookies last season. And Bev Paragoy, the number 5
out
of
there.
Bev Paragoy, also out there in this group. Bev, family racer, of course.
I guess we should say that Bev is in that silver and yellow number 5. Eddie Slagle is in that white and red number 5. And then, of course, Gennaro Palumbo in that 00, the black car. He had some troubles last year, was out kind of through the summer part of the season, came back after being able to get enough money to buy a new engine after having trouble. So we'll see what the full season, or maybe hop in and out. Eddie Slagle to the top of the boards with a 15.528. Great time from Slagle. They did a lot of work yesterday. They were about 7 tenths off the pace yesterday in practice. Him and Eric Winslow, part of Midnight Performance, really worked hard yesterday to get back up to the front of the running, and right now they're at the front of the boards.
Slagle, a Richmond area guy, great racing tradition. He has run late model and limited sportsman races here at South Boston Speedway. Sounds like it will be a full-time limited sportsman campaign this year for Eddie Slagle. Right now, he is at the top of the charts with more Budweiser limited sportsmen set to roll here. The 01, Jared Dawson in this group. Also, we get the 05 of Colin Hilton. Colin Hilton, local guy, back in the mix this year. And also number 33, Dan Rogers. This will be his debut at South Boston Speedway. The 33, of Dan Rogers. Another Powhatan guy outside Richmond. Good driver. Excited to see what Dan Rogers can do on a new racetrack.
Dan Rogers raced a lot out at Dominion Raceway as well as Southside Speedway. Got a couple championships over there, and just missed out on a limited sportsman championship last year at Dominion. Lost out to Chase Johnson, who finished second in the national standings. So a pretty good person to finish behind if you were going to finish behind someone. Hilton is up to the top now, steadily increasing time by time here. Hilton knocks it down. Now Rogers will knock it down. 15.429 for the 33 of Dan Rogers. He's trying to show up and show out at SOBO with a bang.
We know he's talented. We know he's qualified. Sometimes there is a learning curve when you come to a new track. Plus, you just get different competition. We think the Budweiser Limited Sportsman Division has some elite competition. I believe Dan Rogers over the course of the season, especially if he sticks with it, is going to prove that he belongs amongst the best in this division. Our next group coming out will be the 88 of Justin Dawson. The Dawson family was saying that Justin was actually the fastest car in the trio, at least in practice anyway. Let's see if that holds up. We'll see the 18 of Cameron Goebel and the 88 of Jacob Derrick, 18 years young from Hampton. He already has a limited sportsman win at South Boston Speedway. That came last year. He's got 1 win and 2 starts. That's a pretty good winning percentage, Scott.
It is a great winning percentage as well. We talked about Cameron Goebel in that 18, known for being 3rd in the all-time list of Dollar General Hornet victories. And he's going to focus on the Budweiser Limited Sportsman Division this year. Got a different color scheme with it. That bright orange door number. It's going to be almost impossible to miss. Jacob Derrick, however, wow, he sets the top time by quite a margin. 15.385. That's one of the fastest times we have seen to.
I think so. I think Jacob Derrick, I love that paint scheme with the black and green. Another guy that is just young guy, still a teenager, ultra talented. He won in his 5th late model start at Langley. Already mentioned he has a limited sportsman win here at South Boston Speedway. He will be looking for another today. And right now, quick time with least one more group to go. I believe we've got 2 more groups.
Drew Dawson in the number 8 finished 3rd in the series standings last year, so this has been one of the strongest Dawson brothers, the most consistent Dawson brothers, and glad we get to see our faces sometimes this year. It's a little bright today. We're out here on Danville Yoda race day. Jacob Derrick going through tech as well. Brian Runstrom Jr. is out there as well, and Tristan Brunelli, 2nd in the championship last year.
Flying Brian from nearby Green Bay, Virginia, Prince Edward County. Great to have Brian Runstrom racing with us a bit this year. And yeah, great to have 3 Dawsons in the mix. Tristan Brunelli was in very good spirits when I chatted with him down on pit road when the day was beginning. Expect big things from TB, another guy who was a winner last year. 10 almost shock me if we didn't have a bunch of different winners in Philip Morris victory lane this year.
I agree with you.
Champion. Let's see who gets the top time here, or maybe it's Drew Dawson rather, from that previous group that will hold in pole position. Right now, Drew Dawson 15 behind right now. Or
just a little bit more than 100th. Yeah. And Holdren, he is slowing it down, backing it down, so I think that's going to be all. He might be gearing up for maybe one final lap. No, he'll get the checkered flag here. Nathan Cruz go faster as well, so it'll be Nathan Cruz in 3rd, Dennis Holdren in 2nd, and Bob Davis could not beat it. He's currently in 9th with a 15.500. So unofficially, Drew Dawson, your pole sitter for the Budweiser Limited Sportsman Division.
Had a great chat with Drew a couple weeks ago. He was helping out Blake Stallings on race day a couple weeks ago. Drew Dawson and I had some fun conversations. He might have been sandbagging how good he was going to be. We've already dropped the line that the Dawson family was saying, watch out for Justin this year. Clearly, we shouldn't take our eyes off of Drew Dawson in the number 8. Congratulations unofficially to Drew Dawson. It'll be Dennis Holdren outside pole, Nathan Cruz, Tristan Brunelli in row 2. How about Jacob Derrick and Dan Rogers in row 3 in a stacked field? 20 Budweiser Limited Sportsman people. 20, we have our big limited sportsman race, the Kenny Meadows Memorial. I expect we might get 25 or 30 limited sportsmen. Thanks, Scott.
This race day 1 year ago, and we've pushed it into the summer. We get a gear up for them. It's a bit of a gear up for the Budweiser Limited Sportsman. That's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun one, but all these drivers, they're going to continue to make their notebook, and those that are newer, they'll probably, if they don't have something today, they could definitely have something by then.
You always got to build that file and that notebook. We talk about with young drivers, so he or she's got to learn mean, you always have to be looking for the next thing. We are going to get another car out here, a Budweiser Limited Sportsman. Going to get a solo. Okay, that's a late model. Just one late model in this first group. That's Corey Pack. All right. Well, they're
Gotten a late go.
good. Okay,
There we go.
There's my first air ball of the season for you fans. Expect more. It's a brick anyway. This is a two-car grouping right now to start our Hitachi Energy late model qualifying. This is late model qualifying. Corey Pack, the cage rattler in the number 7. The 25 is Devin George.
Devin George made his first career start at South Boston Speedway 2 weeks ago. Did a great job, finished 8th in the number 25. So fresh out the gate at probably one of the toughest tracks, or maybe even some of the toughest competition. That is a great first outing for the number 25. Currently fastest with a 15.317. So definitely gonna have to pick up the pace. 5. And we'll have to see what the top time might be at the end of this qualifying session. It was a 15.481 for the 7 of Corey Pack. Devin George, he's still going for it. He's trying to improve, never stop.
Same high school as Denny Hamlin, so a great connection there. And he said Denny Hamlin certainly got to be considered an inspiration for him. You know, if you're a driver from Virginia and Denny Hamlin's not one of your inspirations, right? You got to think of, you got to reflect on that. Denny Hamlin, a champion here at South Boston Speedway as well. And what a career on the Cup Series, as Devin George did take a couple more laps than Corey Pack. Devin George was a bit faster, 15.317 seconds. These lap times in the late models, for reference fans, our top qualifiers are going to get under 15 seconds. During the race, 15.5 or 16-second lap times, usually a bit more reasonable. And then a lot of times when the race is going on, Scott and I will comment about guys that are under 16 seconds in their lap time. Those are usually the drivers that are competing for wins.
You know, and I think today we'll probably see times mostly under the 16-second mark. I think 2 weeks ago, looking at the time on that final restart, Connor Waddell was with a 14.9, and that was with 23 to go. He was pushing there, but I think with the track state and the current weather and the rubber on the track, I think we could see some fairly fast race pace times as well. Got some new drivers out there. Well, not new to the field as of this moment. A 51 of Toby Lane, 2024 Rookie of the Year. He's currently set the fastest time. New to the track is the 63 of Tyler Matthews and Jamie York. And a couple starts this year, but plans to run full-time.
So Tyler Matthews made a comment on our social media, and fans, a plug, if you're not following our South Boston Speedway Instagram, X, Facebook, even on Threads, whatever social media you use, check out South Boston Speedway. But Tyler Matthews, the 63, he had a fun comment. He said, you know, I haven't raced here since they repaved the place. Well, fans, that was in 2017. So that means he hasn't raced here in 10 years, but he's a proven competitor. I would not count out the 63 of Tyler Matthews. Right now, it's 51 Toby Lane going up and close to that 15-second mark. Yeah, good run from Toby Lane.
I want to say unofficially, but I talked to Toby, and that's probably one of his fastest qualifying times. So they talked to me today. They've been doing some work. They've been working hard for Toby to continue to improve. So don't doubt that 51. He may not sit on pole today. Still, that's a good time. But that 51 is improving further and further. Dick McCaskill, he's out there. He nearly set pole 2 weeks ago. Sat on the outside of the front row behind Trevor Ward. As well, we've got the 92 of Lane Woods. He's back, but for the first time in a division race, he's running in the late model stock car at South Boston Speedway. And the 8th of Connor Waddell, runner-up 2 weeks ago to Lee Pulliam.
All right, fans, an update. We got to cut our Facebook Live broadcast. We're going to shift over to our FloRacing broadcast. So qualifying still going on here at South Boston Speedway for Danville Toyota Race Day. Come join us on FloRacing.